yeah, if she's trying to be keto, drinking exclusively the sweetest of the wines, like there would still be some sugar content in there, like left over from the grape, from the grape juice. But there's no added sugar. Like you're definitely not allowed to just put added sugar back in.
It's better than drinking a mixed drink.
Yes.
Substantially.
Well, basically, like gin and soda. Well, the thing is, yeah, gin and soda's fine, and then you can put some botanics in there.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed lime. I opted because I was still drinking. Like I would only drink lime every now and then. Like I only drink beer if I'm pretty confident the place is just gonna have wine. But yeah, I would get like the Shiraz gin, like pink gins. Yeah, pink gins with soda.
I wonder if she likes gin. We haven't really drank it.
It's gin. If you don't like gin, you're just making it.
I don't like it. I can tell you what. I've had a lot of
Ladies and gentlemen of Woodville, can I have your attention a second, please? Today we're celebrating a wonderful milestone for one of our players, Nabila. I coached her a couple of years ago and frustrated the hell out of me because anytime we got a penalty, she would just take a quick crack and go. And she hasn't really changed a great deal right now and often finds herself isolated, but such a strong player, that isolation is never very long. She's got a really work rate, still manages to turn up with 103 bids or however many she's got, and rocks up with a Woodville and has done for obviously 100 games. It's a fair amount of time when you put kids in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's us. That's this game. Women's preliminary.
She's one of those players who literally can read the game really, really well and is able to just support where needed. She's able to run where needed, and she is an all-round fantastic rugby player. The whistle has gone, so without further ado, I'd like to welcome Nabila and Woodville, please.
Good morning. Good morning to Old Collegians Rugby Club, where Burnside are facing Woodville in the elimination final. Is that what we call it, TJ?
Yeah, elimination or semi-final. Do or die. Do or die.
My name is Paul Smith from Woodville, and I've got my fellow commentator,
TJ Mwalo-Val from Burnside.
Welcome along. And so just had to run back up here after giving a speech for Nabila, who is playing her 100th game for Woodville today. So that's a wonderful milestone achievement.
Huge achievement.
And Woodville to kick off. Whistle has just gone.
Taken in from Bonnie Meredith there. Good strong carry to start the game off, and we're underway.
Kate Tehema.
Nice carry off the shoulder there, but met with some solid defence.
Although a penalty advantage to Burnside there. Carrying in with Jet. Still going, pumping her legs. Naomi really trying hard to get hold of that ball from Woodville. Great placement by RJ.
Nice early phase count here from Burnside. Nice and controlled, good momentum onto ball, especially for their first touch of the game. We're looking at about 8 phases now. Good ball movement there as well. Just come off the defender.
And a little knock on from Woodville in that tackle, unfortunately. And that was Georgia Byrne.
Some good continuity there from Burnside, but also decent defense there from Woody. He's only giving up about 10 metres in total, so I think we're in for a good matchup here. Any matchups you're looking forward to out there individually between players?
Oh, look, Woodville are in a really fortunate position today. We've got 4 previous or current and previous Edna Riley recipients playing out there today. I've got Vic, I've got Zahn, I've got Anna, and I've got Abby. And so, there's some quality out there. And I'm sure you'll let me know the quality that's at Burnside. But we've got some really good players. What I'm looking forward to is seeing.
And he's one of them. Sorry, we've got Nikki out on the break here off of a wide ball from Jet. Nikki in space, and this is probably someone we would have mentioned in that speech. And Nikki's already over for a try. And leading on to probably some of the Burnside girls is I think Jet and Nikki, that combination, that backline is going to be the one to watch out for from a Burnside perspective.
Absolutely. I think you're right. If you can get it wide to Nikki and utilise that space out there, she's a bloody quick runner, isn't she? Not many people will be able to catch her.
But I'm sure that's nothing new to Woodies there. I'm sure they've done their homework around it, and they'll be having some discussions around what did we rep at training, what was our strategy to limit those that ball movement.
Yeah, just probably a little early mistake there from Woodville, allowing that width. And like you say, hopefully the captain, who is Vic Cousins today, is having a chat and saying, look, let's make sure we limit that ball movement across to the width. Those edges are dangerous.
Yeah, I think one thing to note there is obviously Woody's had an intention to get up off the line, but you can't get past ball. As soon as they gave Jet that out carry and then being able to float that ball in behind or over the top, that's where they'll cause some danger. And Nikki in space, even if it's a 1-on-1, even a 1-on-2, is very dangerous.
You're right. And just a little special mention to Jet winning the under 21 best and fairest for the state this year. Well deserved. I thought she was a lot older than that personally. But
no, plays well beyond her years. You'd think that she's been in the game for a while, but starting in 2021 with only 16 years old, and you can see the continual growth in her game, and she's a true leader out there for Burnside now.
Yeah. So kickoff taken by Mayura from Woodville, straight into RJ's hands, who takes it really well. And again, Burnside's moving that ball pretty well. We need to, limit that phase play by Burnside. It's pretty dangerous.
I think Bonnie and Adele doing a really good job of being the points of those pods and moving some ball. However, we've got a turnover here.
Stolen by Woodville. In Woodville's hands, Vic with the ball, having a bit of a run. Support has just arrived.
Our newest Edna Riley winner.
And then Naomi, who is playing halfback for Woodville. And I think I mentioned previously, she's not a natural halfback, but she does a really good job.
If there's one area, though, that she's going to be threatening at halfback, is moments like that where she's looking for quick snipes in and around the ruck. So Burnside's connection on the negative and inside is going to be really important with someone as explosive and Naomi near the ball.
Yeah. So a moment of possession by Woodville. Hopefully we keep hold of that ball for a little while and can start to do something. Moving the ball pretty well. Unfortunately, a bit of a handling error there by Talia, and Burnside now have it just outside their 22.
Here we'll get some early insight into how Burnside's going to play zonal strategy-wise. Are they looking to exit here? They do. Sophie, a bit of hesitation there and gets caught isolated.
Do you think that was the wrong person to exit strategy with?
Well, I think that's their main option, or potentially RJ and Nikki also have good boots.
Yeah.
However, Jet's just like, give me the ball and I'll get it out by running, unfortunately forcing a poor offload there. It's a good moment there from Woody's. I think that's exactly the situation you want to force a team into when they're deep into their 22, and that's to run it. Burnside just caught out with a little bit of indecision and then overplaying their hand a little bit when they did find some success.
So scrum to Woodville in between the 22 and 10 metre for in Burnside's half. Let's see what we can do. So TJ, a number of the ladies from Burnside have made the state team, as well as a number of ladies from the Woodville side. So we've got some, you talk about matchups, we've got some really good matchups going on today. Really good scrum from Burnside, but we've managed to keep hold of the ball, Woodville.
Zahn with the ball in space. Maybe her first touch today.
Yeah, I think so, and unfortunately that ball has gone forward, and now it's a scrum down to Burnside on their 22.
And I see Zahn's wearing number 12. Is she number 12 today, or is she fullback?
She's undoubtedly playing at fullback. Okay. It's all about how the shirts fit, more than anything else, I think.
Well, I think like that's probably the matchup I was really hoping to look for, is potentially Jet versus Zahn. Jet being someone that Zahn's actually coached, but Zahn being the out-and-out example year after year of what high performance in the backline looks like for South Australian rugby, women's rugby. And that's the one that I want to see get a bit of hands on ball. We all know how threatening Zahn is. And kicks like this might open it up unless that finds touch. It's a pretty good nudge there.
No, Zahn's got hold of the ball. And the ref has blown the whistle for... Would it be offside by Burnside? No, it's a penalty to Burnside.
So I assume that means Maida at 12.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Those are the combinations I'm really excited to see in this backline. I think you've got the clear combination of Jet and Nikki, but I really want to see that 12-15 combination of Maida and Zahn working as well. And then two exciting wingers here with Munaman and then Satala as well on the wing here. Fair bit of heritage in the Satala name in South Australian rugby.
Yes, absolutely. And she only rocked up this year. Her partner is playing in the A grade for Woodville, and he managed to persuade her to come out and have a run. And she's also one of those fortunate enough to have made the state team. So that's absolutely fantastic.
Well, that's brilliant. You know the rules of joining a rugby club. You've always got to bring someone with you.
Yeah.
It helps grow the numbers. The players are your best recruiters. And nice to hear partners are getting involved in it too.
Yeah.
So I have this angry pink man yelling at me. I'm not too sure what he's saying.
Apparently...
oh, no, it's actually Paul Brown there. I think best pool manager in the state, I'd say.
He's just spouting some nonsense, I think. Apparently I'm the third favourite pool, and second favourite pool manager. But
it's nice to know that Paul's ranking, he thinks so highly of my ranking of himself, so it's good to hear. It's exactly where we should be with the hierarchy of Falcons rugby.
Absolutely. So a bit of a scrappy line out, and I thought Woodville were going to come away with it, but... It was scrappy enough that Burnside have managed to sneak possession, and again using that really good structure to try and burst through that defensive line and then be able to spread it wide as quickly as possible at the same time.
Izzy in some space here, but great tackle there by, I believe it was Vic Cousins. I kind of made this point earlier where there's clear intention for Woody to get up on the outside shoulder of Burnside to prevent ball movement. However, when you do that, you've got to make sure that you're nailing your one-on-ones and you're protecting your inside shoulder, which they're not doing.
Yeah, a fair amount of advantage being played already, but I think that's going to be a change in advantage. It's going to be a bit further up with what looked like a slightly high tackle there.
Here we go. Let's see a forward just body height over this line here.
A lot of pressure from,
and there we go.
From Burnside, and the eventual try comes.
I think Bonnie just scored the easiest try of her life by just picking up the ball and placing it forward. Zero contact. you won't see many easier, but that's just a good awareness there to see the try line and just go for it.
Yeah, Burnside have come out firing. They're certainly trying to make a statement right now. I think Woodville need to regather.
Just a quick moment whilst we have a break. Shout out to Samuel Eats, who's just delivered me my coffee. Make sure you check his Instagram out. Good promoter of our game and also good promoter of good pies in South Australia.
There you go.
Ad break brought to you by Samuel Eats.
And where do we find this Samuel Eats?
In and around Old Cole's bench recently. No, it's our fellow Falcon, David Alamil.
Yep. So talking of Falcons, you are obviously the head coach of the Falcons men. You've picked your sides as we watch RJ's kick unfortunately come off the post, making it 10-0 Burnside's way.
Yeah, Falcons squads announced at Wednesday's Russo Awards. Nice moment to announce it in front of the community in such a prestigious way. And I think it's fitting. We're trying to change the landscape of Falcons rugby at the moment, and making Falcons and getting the opportunity to represent your state is a very big deal. And there must be prestige behind that jersey, and we're in the process of creating that. And these players that are out here today, the Falcons that have been selected, are going to be the ones that collaboratively get us in that position. If I can get collaboratively out.
It's a big word, TJ.
It's the biggest one I've ever tried. Pause.
So we have a little knock-on from Burnside in that grubber kick-off from Mayura. Obviously, something she's been thinking about in terms of how do we make them, how do we give them a bit of trouble on that kick-off. It worked.
Yeah,
so scrum down Woodville.
Love moments like that. If it's not working your way, or if they're covering certain options, chuck certain things and change the picture up a little bit, and that shows you the experience of someone like Maeda.
Great experience, isn't it, to do something like that. And like you said about Zahn earlier on, she's playing fullback today, and I think one of the biggest reasons about playing Zahn at fullback is that experience that we have to be able to, jump into the line in attack or know when to pull people back in defence and all of that sort of stuff.
Is that Talia at 13?
Yeah, that's. I don't know if she's playing at 13. I think
it was a carry off of Maeda, so I'm just wondering if that was the case. I think she was named at 13 in the team sheet, so maybe a bit of a decision there to put some good ball carry in the centre of the field for Woodville and allow the outside backs to build off of that ball carry.
We've been quite unfortunate at Woodville in the respect of, we've got loads of forwards with a great deal of experience. And not really enough backs. Yeah. And so, again, Lauren playing at 10 today. Looks like you say, Talia playing at 13. Traditionally, all the backs that would normally be playing forwards.
For sure. I think it's potentially something we might lack, except for Southern Suburbs, across the competition. Because even Burnside themselves, Sophie's a natural flanker. And lock, and having to play at 10 obviously got good distribution. So clearly it's an insight to how skillful some of these forwards are with Lauren and Sophie, but also playing out of position because of the lack of depth in those positions too.
And a really good steal by Woodville there. I think that was Talia and Beth. They just didn't give up on it, although stolen back by Burnside now. So quick turnover.
Burnside potentially getting away with it there. I don't know if you've noticed, but pretty thin reaction to backfield coverage. Be interesting if Woodies can potentially pick that up.
Well, like you say, you've got someone like Mayura who's paying attention to the game. Oh, and another high tackle by him.
That's the second one as well, so she might need to be careful here. Great carry, though, from Kate to get on the outside and Sean to support that line. I spoke a fair bit about Sean last week, being our most recent dispensation, only turning 16 recently. And it's good to see her carry some form from last week into today's game. Great carry there from Cass hopping in the middle of the field. Sophie looks to distribute to Jet. Jet's met by two in defence. However, still finds front foot, and Burnside have some quick ruck speed. But it's just getting a bit stagnant around their shape. However, Bonnie again says Give me the ball, I'll get us going forward, and then set some shape off of it. Potential backdoor here. Yep, Jet out backdoor. Moving the ball to width. Munnerman in space.
That's a better low tackle from Laisa.
Well covered there as well. She had 3 to deal with there, and she read that perfectly.
Chose the right one.
Isolated carry here from RJ. Levi does really good, though, to react and get over the ball. Nice pick and go there. Burnside looking to play the middle of field now.
Yeah, they're all lining up there, aren't they?
And another pull back to Izzy, but unfortunately it's gone to deck.
So knock on by Burnside, but it looks like we're going back for another instant. Or not.
So just a few key points there. Burnside did really well to find some width and space through a bit of manipulation through their shape and line attack. Pulled that ball out the back to Jet. Last thing we need, the only thing we need there, though, is to square up our running lines after post the catch.
Yeah, she continued that angle there, didn't she? Yeah.
I think if Jet could run that back, she probably would have gone herself, actually, and then try to find some space either shoulder because there was a lot to deal with. But good learnings for them going forward. And now we get a good insight to Woodville's exit strategy here. What are they going to do with a midfield scrum deep inside 22?
Well, any sensible exit strategy would be employed, I hope. Ball came straight out the tunnel. But like you say, you never can tell sometimes, can you? Is there an opportunity to run? Or do you kick that ball and hope it goes a decent distance and out the sideline so that you get a few yards back? Either way, you're putting it back into Burnside's hands, who are pretty good with the possession at the minute. So it's a tough call.
Burnside presenting a good picture, though, to kick for Woodies if they can win some clean ball at scrum time. And it's a changeover possession here at scrum. So we can talk as much as we want about exits and who's kicking and doing what, but first and foremost, you've got to win ball at source. Burnside's done an excellent job there to put pressure on that scrum and turn the ball over.
Yeah, TJ, I think you're a little bit premature there in talking about our exit strategy.
Just as a front row, I love watching kicks. No, I think early moments of a game, it's really good to get insight into how a team likes to play. And it's important because then it allows us to see what adjustments opposition make based off of it.
Yeah, and I think Burnside have set their stall out pretty early as well today. They're structured. They've got great shape, and some of those movements are working absolutely fantastically for them with the 2 early tries. Certainly, that first try, that was just textbook coaching and application of the coaching, I'm sure.
Solid platform here from Burnside. Steady scrum, 8-9. Kate decides to go herself here.
Do you think she could have released that a little bit earlier?
Potentially, but I think any good 8 as well backs himself to go crashing over the line.
Yeah, and Kate is a very good 8, without a doubt.
And I definitely, as a coach, prefer safety there.
Yeah,
for sure. Burnside edging closer. Nice pick and go there from Bonnie, but met really well there from Maeda and Zahn. So the back's getting in and doing the dirty work. Shift the ball here, went backwards out the hands, and Nikki dots it over. I said backwards out the hands confidently, however, would be interesting.
I'd say more of a fumble from Jet personally, but hey, she's the best and fairest under 21, so.
However, like going back a few phases though, leading up to that try, I said really well met from Zahn and Maeda. When we look at their positions of 12 and 15, there's no surprises why Burnside were able to find some space on the width. Bit of conversation there probably from Woodies around their forwards need to start working to get around that ruck, especially when defending goal line. You can't be having your 12 and 15 making that try-saving tackle.
No, I absolutely agree. I think that's why the try was scored, because of the fact that it gave that opportunity for the backs from Burnside to push it out wide pretty quickly with very little opposition.
And I'd say we've focused a lot on the back talent of both teams, but actually where the game's being currently won is through the middle. Burnside's pack are getting some real ascendancy. Is Anna available today?
Yes, she is. So she's still, slowly but surely finding her way back from her knee issues.
Okay.
And she'd been nursing it through most of the season. But she has now taken the field. I think she's come on for Sarah, who's another player who's had an absolutely fantastic season for us. But that experience and leadership from Anna is clearly what I think the forwards are needing right now. So now you've got the likes of Abby, Anna, Vic, Nabila, and Paige, who are all really good leaders on the field. And hopefully between them they can gather some momentum.
100%. I was just going to actually say that, and they made a good change there, so a good call from Woody's coaching staff. But a nice little short dribble there, but picked up well from Jet. But yeah, you got to get those players on the field. As soon as you see the game going against you, players like Anna will make a difference. And sometimes the worst thing you can do as a coach is sit on a decision. If you feel like it's necessary to make it, then make the decision and make the change. And is it Tim?
Tim,
yep. He's clearly made that decision to get Anna on and try to change this around. And it started off well. Again, that kickoff strategy has worked well where they've got a turnover off of it.
Yeah, so, Woodville just inside, is that the 22? Burnside's 22 with a line-out. Hopefully they can retain possession and just start to work a little bit and change things around a little bit, because right now they're really on the back foot with like you say, the forward momentum from Burnside.
Nice bit of movement there to find the front of the line out. However, I think Burnside would take that. Picked up by 100th capper Nabila. Some good ball movement here.
Yeah, I think maybe Talia released that ball a little bit too early. She should have... that was... I'll say that Lyasa was playing that ball because she knew we had the advantage there.
All right, well then I'll be bad cop here and say, as a winger, whenever you make a wide edge break and your forwards are working hard, we need continuity. We need to continue front ball. I'm sure that message will get out there. The positive thing is she made a break out of nothing. So if you can keep doing that, the last 5% is what's really important.
Yeah. So line out for Woodville on the Burnside 5-metre line. So that last line out was a short one to Vic. Let's see what tricks they have up their sleeve for this line out.
Disrupted there from Burnside at the front. I believe that was Portia. Woody's trying to go up with Naomi, and Burnside's won possession of that ball as well. I believe knock on first from Naomi. One of my favourite parts about women's rugby, Naomi playing halfback and then having to slot in as a jumper as well.
Versatile.
Yeah, it's a lot about horses for courses, right, and who can do what role. And that extends even to the professional game. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the main kickers for a lot of the international teams like Canada and stuff are their forwards. I love that versatility of the women's game. It adds a different aspect to it.
Yeah, I think, as a male player, you end up being, without trying to say this wrong, but you're pigeonholed in your position.
Correct.
With the females, what I notice a lot more is like you say, that versatility, that ability to, do almost any job on the pitch. Maybe that stems from the fact that, numbers have always been poor in women's rugby compared to men's.
100%. They build so early on into their career. They build such a repertoire because they need to. It's a necessity. It's not by choice. But it does set them up as players to be versatile and be adaptable. I actually always say all the old fellas that sit on sideline and say the game's not what it used to be should go and watch a women's game, because I think it's exactly what it used to be, and that's a lot of ball in play, a lot of ball running, very minimal kicking, and players that can do anything. So it's a bit of a wind back of the clock, which is great.
And do we expect then that the women's game will slowly but surely change and become not white like it used to be?
Yes, but also I think it's about finding its own avenue too, and what's their point of difference.
Yeah.
I think you can see that in the World Cup as well. A lot of ball and play, a lot of continuity, and it's an exciting brand of rugby to watch.
So Beth with the ball, not quite making it through. I thought she was going to sneak through there.
Good early signs there for that first phase to get the ball to width, though, and exactly what we need is continuity coming back in field. Good carry here.
Some good pressure from Woodville.
Page, about a metre out. Edna Riley winner with another pick and go. And Burnside get done for, I think, going off feet at ruck there. So this is better from Woodies. A bit of a phase count inside Burnside's area.
It's good defence by Burnside right now.
I believe Jet met Nabila really well there at the line. Another good shot there from Cass and Bonnie. Abby now putting her foot forward and held up over the line. Good defence from Burnside.
Very good defence. Abby not happy with that one. So we go again. I think, hopefully from this resultant dropout, Woodville retain the ball around the 22 and start again. And don't let the heads drop. And taken by Vic. Nice ball. Good hands by Anna. Oh, good rip by Meneman.
And she's gone.
She's gone. She's away.
She's got the pace. Zan's trying to catch up. Oh, she's a hard one to catch, though. And Muneman's gone. And those ones hurt. Those ones really hurt.
Those are the ones that you really don't want to see.
Against the run of play, you've built your momentum, and then out of nowhere, 90 metres, you're behind your sticks.
Yeah, and unfortunately, those are the ones that make your heads drop.
However, the positive spin is great goal line defence there from Burnside. And Muneman's done a great job to dislodge the ball and then go a full 90 metres. There was a lot of work still to do post the line break. And she shows her quality that when she's in full stride, she's pretty tough to stop.
My understanding is she played for Woodville for a season.
Wouldn't know about it, mate. Yeah, old news.
Oh, look, that's where you learn your trade.
Yeah. we can't start those allegations, mate.
So whilst we're waiting for the kick to go ahead, RJ making the conversion. Just a big shout out to, like I said, our previous Edna Riley winners. Abby, I've retired 933 times. Vic, Anna and Zahn, well done those girls. And then just a massive shout out to all of those girls who've made the Falcons team. I think there's 9 of them in total. So looking forward to heading away with those girls. And then again, congratulations to the Burnside girls, Jet for the best and fairest under 21, and all the girls who have made the state team from Burnside too.
Yeah, I believe it's 5 of them. Portia Bradley, Kate Tehema, Jet Verway, Sophie McClure and Laura Helbig, or RJ. And finishing on, with Laura Helbig, also a previous Edna Riley winner as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's Bonnie's 3rd kickoff take now, and it's been a solid option for Burnside. They go to play and distribute off 10. Good carry there from RJ. Has found Briar off her shoulder.
A high tackle from, was it Myura? No, it was from Talia. So a resultant penalty to Burnside.
It's nice to see Briar's taking the field. I don't know if you remember, Briar used to play a couple years ago. Used to be down at Port Adelaide, actually, and played 10 or wing and went on a Falcons tour with us to Western Force. when we played the Western
yes.
Force.
Yep.
But she's been interstate, but recently has been taking work trips back to Adelaide. So got in about 8 or so games with Burnside throughout the season, and I think has come back for finals time to bolster the numbers, which is great.
That's good.
And also has transitioned in the forwards and has become a real threat around her ball carry and physicality too.
Sometimes a breakaway, it kind of helps, you know, and you go and play your rugby in a different state or whatever. You get some really good learnings. Nikki gone wide. Unfortunately, Elias hasn't got the pace, and
great finish. Either you stop her before she gets going, or I don't think you stop her at all, to be honest.
You're right. She needs to be closed down earlier than what she currently is, because you can't really rely on the fact that a one-on-one situation that she's going to be stopped with the pace that she's got, and a dinky little sidestep, and she's gone.
Yeah, always difficult to defend off of those midfield scrums, the threat of the 8-9 when a team's stacking their numbers. Woody's probably just a bit late to recognise Burnside stacking one side of that scrum. Probably needed to get half back around the corner to try help out with some numbers to be able to get the winger up off the line. Again, though, have to credit Burnside. Good ball movement, movement to space. They're understanding the value of Nikki and where the threat is. And one thing is understanding where you can beat a team. The other thing is actually getting it there and executing. And they've done a good job of that.
They have very much so, and clearly that's been something that they've worked really hard on during the training sessions over the last week or so. After their win against Onka Paringa on the weekend last weekend, which was one of those games where I think they went out early, had a really good lead, and it unfortunately diminished with the hard work by Onkers. And I think they've come out and said, you know what, let's just put a ton of points on the board, and hopefully we won't have to defend that later on.
Now it's about the response, right? So this happened last week, good early lead. Can Burnside now finish it and continue that momentum and continue that dominance? Yeah.
Quick steal by Naomi. One of the good things about her playing in that central role is she's constantly able to jackal that ball.
Well stopped there. Vic in contact. Abby, as always, winning the collision.
Pumping those legs and absolutely going for it.
Great tackle there.
It was a great defensive tackle.
I believe from Breyer. Bit slow, but the refs deemed that Portia couldn't do anything about that.
Not one to disagree.
Knocked backwards. Bit of ascendancy here for Woodies. They're getting some momentum going forward.
Just need to keep hold of that ball, though. Just make sure, and that support is there, and just make sure that they don't, no silly handling errors, which is often what Woodville have done so far this game.
The last 6 or 7 phases have been real one out close to the ruck. So I think the Woodies have identified that if they can make this a bit scrappy and physical through the middle, that's where they might get a bit more ascendancy. And now wait for the opportunities. Great tackle there from RJ.
By RJ. I think it really has hurt Lauren, unfortunately. So we'll come back to that later. Hoping the play doesn't need to stop because of.
That was a great tackle. Unfortunately for Woodies, really telegraphed where that ball was going to, and beautifully read from RJ, beautifully timed, and always important that those moments you hit below sternum and you still get everything right. RJ still had a lot to do right there, and she absolutely nailed that shot.
Yeah, and it looks like she's really winded Lauren, taking all of that wind out of her sails. You're right, it was telegraphed. Is there something we could have done differently in terms of that? Should Anna have maybe faked the pass and gone? Who knows?
I think Woody's potentially got a little bit of insight as we go to half-time here as well. They got a little bit of insight to where their opportunities might be, and that's close in and around that ruck. They had about 5 or 6 phases that they got about 25, 30 metres out of just being physical up front. They need to stick to it, and then they need to really pick their moments.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're heading into half-time now. 29-0 lead at Burnside, and we'll be back in a bit.
Welcome back to the second half of Burnside versus Woodville here at Old Coles in the semi-final or elimination final for the women. So, TJ, first half, thoughts?
It can't get much better for Burnside. Very dominant first half, physical through the middle, explosive on the width, great ball movement. To be honest, it's hard to find any faults. And also really good on the other side of the ball defensively too. So it's going to be a big job for Woodville to get back into it, but let's see if there's been some adjustments at half-time because we've got a lot of rugby left to play. And it doesn't start well with a regather of kickoff from Maggie. She's working down her wing. She's still going here. Good presentation, and now Burnside in a great position here to build some platform. They shift the ball, Bonnie to Briar. Briar with a great carry there in space. Naomi's got good hands on ball though. She might have bailed Woodies out, and she's done a great job there.
Great job again by Naomi. As a coach, when you see that ball bounce on kickoff, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, those are the coach killers, right? Especially when you've just you probably just talked about how we have to start winning every moment to get back in this game, and then the first moment you lose possession of ball. Yeah, not great. It kind of found an awkward position though. The kickoff was pretty flat and found a little bit of space, and the bounce was very favourable. But got to be taking those ones on the full.
Yeah, absolutely. I think first half Woodville, they almost ground out a few attempts on the try line, but they couldn't quite finish it off. I think hopefully in the second half they're going to do a bit more drawing of players. I think they released the ball a little bit too quickly. They need to start drawing those players in a little bit more, and hopefully the coaches had a chat about that.
Yeah, you'd hope so, and hopefully they go back to a little bit of what was working. I think I mentioned at the end there that the carries around the tighter channels, around the AB defenders, where they're actually getting a little bit more success. So let's see if they continue that. What's important here is that they do have a little bit of wind with them as well, so it's going behind their back. Don't find yourself in the pressure to have to run everything. Play in the right areas of the field and understand that you can easily get back into this game if you win your moments that you need to win. And it doesn't go well with starting off with a loss at line out. This was an area where Burnside really found dominance, which was that set piece and that ball at source. Really hard to win any rugby games when you can't win ball at source.
Yeah, but Abby managed to get the jackal and get the resultant turnover. So great work by Abby there. But like you say, I think our set piece has let us down a little bit. We're usually a lot stronger in the set piece than that. And fingers crossed we can.
She's got a great leg on her. Vic. Far out.
Yeah.
But I think some of our third graders could have had a watch of this game, mate. Because bloody heck.
But you hark back to that versatility in players. I think the beauty is, like you say, Vic, an absolute wonderful forward, but she's also got a great boot on her.
It's just messy, isn't it?
It is right now.
Ball not going where intended. Players a little bit flat. Is that Janella?
That was Janella,
Yep.
making a bit of a run, but unfortunately pulled out into off the touch, and Burnside have the put in.
Also interesting, she was on the bench. Like I haven't watched too much, obviously, of Woody's games, only the times Burnside have played. But I remember her playing for Port Collegians last year as well and having a fair bit of talent, especially with ball in space. So it'd be interesting to see what she can do when she gets ball in hand, because there is opportunity there on the width. And if they can move the ball there and find their players out there after, like you said, drawing and passing, there is opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. Just minimising those handling errors and using that width. They've got some great players out on the wide.
What great ball movement there from Jet. Great offload there from Nikki.
Yeah, held up by Beth there, Nikki, which was great, and she's managed to get the turnover. She worked really hard there, and I think that some really good work by Woodville.
Yeah, Beth's done an excellent job there. Made the tackle and then disrupted breakdown and got a turnover.
Yeah. Because it was very real opportunity for Nikki to make that break. She didn't. It was shut down. And now Woodville have got the ball. So, keep ball in hand.
Just feels a bit late or a bit early with the ball movement.
Yeah.
They can't find the Goldilocks at the moment.
Zahn making a really good run, but just that little dummy, that gave her an extra 10 meters. That's what Woodville need to be doing a bit more of, just working with ball in hand. Abby taking the ball at pace, and then a quick release to Paige, who also makes a fair few meters, but
they've done well to get rid of the threat there, which was Nikki over ball. Vix quickly picked that one up, gone straight through the middle. Naomi with ball in space here. Abby charging over line, and she dots it down.
Scores.
And that is exactly what Woodville need to do. Yep. Continuity of phases, play physical. When they move the ball to width, move it with intention. And there's a lot of rugby left to play here.
Yeah, it's never over, is it? So, like you say, all Woodville need to do is capitalise on their strengths, which is what they just did, and came up with the resultant try,
100%. And I think these are good lessons for Burnside as well. If they can hold out this lead and look dominant, it puts them in good stead going forward into finals. Finals is all about game management and understanding how to keep leads or chase leads down. And it'll be really interesting here for Burnside. There's a lot to play for as well from their end, not just obviously booking the ticket, but doing it in the right way.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got Souths watching this live stream or sitting on sideline. I saw a few Souths players watching this game. You don't want to give them any glimpses of where there's opportunity against you as well, right? So you want to finish off this game strong too.
Yeah, whoever ends up taking the field against South, I'm sure, they're having a good watch and, doing their homework. I saw Jared Chave, the coach of the Souths women. He was here, so he's clearly watching this with great intent.
Hopefully you got a front row seat, though. Love you, Jared.
I couldn't possibly comment because I don't think I'm a lot taller than Jared.
Oh, as you know, mate, I'm blessed with height.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for your injury, I think you probably would have been moved to second row pretty quickly.
Yeah. However, lifting me would have been a problem.
Let's catch that ball.
Good
Great
take.
catch. Ava Howells, who...
in the forwards now.
Yeah, she's started to play in the forwards. I think they've been putting her on the flank. I think they realised that, putting her out in the winger, she kind of got a little bit lost.
Yeah.
And you start putting some players into those kind of pivotal roles, and they actually make a difference. Again, poor handling. We need to not rush these balls.
It's just that adjustment to conditions as well when it's windy. And Zan's going quick here. I love the intent here. Not winning your set piece moments. Let's just play with ball in hand and keep the momentum going. But when it's windy, you need to make those adjustments. Getting some depth, moving the ball earlier. Yeah. Janella in some space here, though. Abby found the blind side, gave her some good ball. Well supported there from Naomi to make that clean out on Levi and Anna with the pick and go.
So here we've seen a kind of a resurgent Woodville. They've come back after their halftime chat, and hopefully Tim, he's clearly had a word with saying, let's play to our strengths, and it clearly is working right now. It's that quick
100%.
ball.
The quick ruck speed, the pick and goes around the ruck, the intricate offloads. This is where Woodies are finding a lot of success. And then picking your moments to go to width like Abby did there when she found Janella. So you love it again, straight. Oh, you got to hold on to ball though.
Yeah.
Penalty to come though. Off of Burnside.
Knock on off Burnside.
Even though lost ball in contact there, you can see the hole opening up on that inside. Burnside need to be really careful around their 1 and -1 defenders around that ruck, that they're not slipping off their rolls. And they're really alert off the inside because the Woodies are punishing them around that breakdown at the moment.
Yeah, you look at the matchups between the two teams. It's very similar. You've got some strength in almost every position on both teams, and that first half really showed that Burnside have utilised those strengths in those positions, and Woodville didn't. And now it looks like they've come out and they've said, you know what, let's just work hard. Good take by Janella from Zahn, although quickly closed down by Manaman.
She's played it safe there and found the ball back on the inside. I'm glad Ava just said let's carry here instead of giving these small offloads. Casey's got good hands on ball there, but it bobbles up into Vic's hands. And now we're 5 metres out. And again, back carry into that AB channel.
Porsche getting stuck in the middle there. Are we going to get that...
Arms out. Advantage Woodies. Now's your chance to have a crack.
Oh, I think that was a really really desperate attempt by Mayura there. I think she was thinking that she was closed down a little bit too early.
From Woodies here, I'm still up in the pace. I'm tapping and going again and just keep knocking on that door. Here we go.
Nabila going for it.
Carry.
Good placement.
Another advantage for high tackle here. In a dangerous zone now. If you remember, the comeback for Onkers last week was off the back of discipline. And Vic's rolled over and got a try as well.
Yeah, there we go. And so I think you're right there, TJ. I think last week, second half, the discipline from Burnside kind of lacked.
Yep.
And it allowed Onkers to come back in. And, right now, that's happening again. And it's allowing Woodville to come back in and from a Woodville perspective, hopefully, we'll get a few more tries, on that ill discipline.
And sometimes I think it's more than just a momentum game. It's a little bit of sports psychology there. When you're on top so much and you've been you haven't faced those fight or flight moments yet, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, that momentum changes and you have to think on your feet and you have to react. If you don't find that reaction quick and make those adjustments, then you can find yourself on the back foot for a long period of time. And this first 10 minutes has been all Woodies.
Yeah.
What you don't want from a Burnside perspective is for the ref to keep extending that arm out and potentially leading to cards as well. It's the last thing we want. So I think strategy here after this conversion, let's see if Vic makes it. And no real doubts around it.
Usually she'd make one of those.
Yeah.
We've all seen kicks like that missed under pressure, but I don't think she was under a great deal of pressure to.
And I think this kickoff will be telling. If as Burnside, a team that can game manage this and play with the pressure of the scoreline, put it deep inside Woody's half and make them work out. However, if they react with that fight or flight and try to go short because they're panicking to regain possession and momentum, I think this will give us a real indicator around what Burnside's thinking at the moment, where their mindset is at.
You have some great leaders on the team, though, and from what I can see, I think they'll just tell Burnside to settle. They'll do their job. Although Janella in some space. Great ruck from Woodville. Now let's keep that ball. More of the same with the...
There you go, another pick and go around that ruck.
Ball's out. Burnside didn't react quick enough, I don't think.
It's an ugly kick, but it might do well for them. And it's a favourable bounce and a pretty good kick there from Woodies, from Maeda.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't go straight out like Jet last week, but it didn't look particularly pretty. The result is pretty nice, though. I think some good territory inside the Burnside half on the 10-metre line.
Wind's picking up a fair bit, so it'll be interesting to see how this impacts kicking game and set piece.
It may affect this throw-in as well, potentially, which didn't look particularly straight.
No contest, though, so the referee plays it on.
Yeah.
That's why it pays to just throw someone up, and you got to stop her before she gets going. She's found Munderman in space, who was also a threat with ball in space. She's got the wheels.
She has.
And she's gone. She's gone. That's exactly what you need as Burnside. a great way to stifle that momentum is to hit back with a try. Unfortunately for Woodville, it was a try from nothing. A bit of just ball in space and being able to let ball runners run, and unfortunately missing some first up tackles too.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It came from almost nothing, but don't take away from the fact that Nicky Manaman combination was very dangerous there. I think that's
Correct.
the difference. With the resultant pace, like you say, if you don't close Nicky down quick enough, or if you don't close Manaman down quick enough, and they manage to get into that space, they're gone. And
even watching that replay there, Manaman still had a lot of work to do to finish off that try, and I've seen Zahn make endless try-saving tackles at fullback, so it is not an easy player to beat at the back there. Shows the quality of Manaman too. So RJ right in front now.
And she doesn't often miss those kicks either.
No, I think, to be honest, you're watching potentially the two best kickers in the state right now off the team, in Vic and RJ. Kind of goes back to my point about horses and courses, right?
Yeah.
The two forwards that are the main kickers for the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
So interesting to watch.
Although we mustn't forget about Jade Pilkington, because it's always about Jade Pilkington, as we said last week. So she's a great kicker too.
I don't know if Jade would want me to mention conversions yet. Is that a touchy subject still?
Potentially.
Okay.
Potentially.
I'm probably going to get a message now about this.
We do love Jade.
She could only do so much. I'll give her that. She was outstanding last week.
Yeah, there's a handful of players on that team that did more than their fair share, didn't they?
100%. Ball spilt there. Some great chase
take.
there. Great chase. I think that was Zahn.
I thought Zahn managed to get hold of it then just quickly, but unfortunately didn't.
But in a good position too. She's forced them inside their 22 here. Anna put some pressure on the outside of Sophie to make her be a bit indecisive of shifting ball, and RJ now with the exit. And line out to Woody's 22 metres out from Burnside's try line. I'd say that's a good result from kickoff.
Great kickoff result, really. There's a 24-point difference, so, Woodville, I'm pretty sure they know that they need to work hard over the next 20 minutes to force a result here.
Yeah, I think this is the moment where you come through with the generalities and you go, we just need to want it more and try harder.
Yep.
The coach's favourites, those ones. Yeah, again, it's a bit flat, but Zahn's getting some momentum on board. She's made a line break here, and she's through one-on-one with Nikki. Nikki does well, but Zahn won the contest.
And Beth got hold of it.
Unfortunately, out of the hands forward.
That was a shame.
But great line break. So you're 5 metres out now, put pressure on scrum time, and you don't know what comes back your way. Exactly the reason why I've been wanting to see Zahn with ball in space.
Yeah.
The ability to create something out of nothing, her ability to beat defenders one-on-one. In moments like this where you're chasing game, you need your best players to have ball in hand in space, and Zahn is one of those players.
Absolutely, I agree. So the Burnside scrum was pretty dominant in the first half. Let's see if Woodville come back. Now knowing that they're on their 5 metre, what's the opportunity here for Woodville? Put lots of pressure on.
So Nikki exiting here. I think she's got the best out of the hands kick of Burnside, so that's what they want there. And they've got a favourable bounce as well.
They did.
Sophie scooped that up, moving the ball to Izzy. It's an advantage knock-on as well from Woodville, and we're probably going to come back to it.
Yeah, you're right, TJ. As always.
I'm glad you've started to recognise ball.
Yeah, well,
it's taken you about 3 to 4 years, but it's good. It's better late than never.
I've got past the hatred. We're now getting to the mild dislike.
Mate, soon we get to the love. It always tips over. So, although not the best connection off boot, you'd say successful exit for Burnside because of the result.
Yeah.
I think Woody's potential need to capitalise on those exits, and if they want to get in this game, they need to force Burnside in bad areas and then make the most of it. Kate's done well here off the back of the scrum to get straight onto number 10 there in Maeda.
She's been given too much space, in my opinion. No one seemed to come up and fire onto the back of that scrum.
Nice to see Levi have a little bit of a dart, even though met well. Oh, and T now with a line break through the middle. She's got that potential. She's a great ball runner. She's still going. It's taking about 3 or 4 to take her down. She's got great front foot ball here for Burnside, and Jet capitalises by demanding quick ball on the front foot. Nikki in some space here, allowing her to do what Nikki does. She's brought down here, but Burnside with their ascendancy. Can they keep the momentum? Briar with the carry off of Sophie. A bit scrappy at the back of that ruck, but Sophie does well to move the ball on, and Levi. Kate to RJ. RJ to Casey.
Lots of space.
Casey here in the corner. Offload back inside to Grace. Burnside now 5 metres out. Levi to Sophie. Sophie finding T, who made the initial line break, but's met well from Nabila. Nabila's done a great job to disrupt ruck there and put Levi off that pass.
Yeah, there's looking like a lot of tired bodies out there right now. And
but Portia with ball in space here now. She's a hard one to stop. So Nami's done a great job though. And Woody's with hands on ball, and they've got the penalty.
Well done, Paige.
Big breath, mate. That was a bit of scramble there, but Woodies have done a great job. I want to highlight Nabila's work there to defend the line, but also disrupt ruck. A couple moments, I was actually going to point this out with Burnside there. There was a bit of passiveness around the ruck with their cleanouts and a couple of opportunities there for Woodies wanted to test that. Nice to see that Nabila recognised that 5 metres out, the most opportune time to do it.
Yeah, it's a dangerous area of play, and Nabila's work rate clearly for a 100th game for Woodville has paid off.
It's just that experience as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like for the viewers as well, if they're not too familiar with women's rugby, but 100 games in women's rugby is also a massive deal considering the amount of games they have throughout the season. Oh, great shot there from Vic.
I think she took a hit to the face, but
knowing Vic, she will shake that off.
Great turnover by Woodville on the result of that tackle by Vic.
Excellent tackle.
Again, a ball that doesn't go directly to Zahn, unfortunately.
There's space there as well, but they're just taking a while to get the ball there. Maeda's done well. She moves the ball to Lauren. Lauren shifts it. It's found deck with Woody's possession. Burnside counter ruck though.
Yeah, quicker to that ruck.
However, going off feet there.
And Nabila,
and she's
using
gone.
her usual tactic. She's away.
And she's had a good carry there.
I'm hoping that someone from Woodville gets there in support. Yep.
And they have. Burnside player has hands on body. Jet had hand on body, not ball there. Great carry there. I'm not too sure.
Marley Levi, new to rugby union this year, only 17 years old, but has shown a great deal of potential. She's been training with the Black Falcons, and I think in the next couple of years, I think that might be a Burnside turnover.
Yep. Casey's fired up about that one there.
Giving Zahn a couple of words.
You know what? Love to see it. I love a little bit of fire and
bit of niggle.
It's finals rugby.
Oh, look, they've probably played against each other for many years and have probably been in each other's ears quite considerably in that time.
Yeah, just another point there. Like at the moment, Zahn is constantly receiving ball off of second pass. I would love to see them just switch that around and put her on the end of that third one. At the moment, it's going a lot Anna to Zahn to Maeda.
Yep.
I'd love that to just switch up a little bit, maybe go from Anna to Maeda to Zahn.
Yep.
Find Zahn some space, get Anna and Maeda to control the ball distribution in the middle, and then, create some one-on-one opportunities and get the ball in space. And then you've got the players like Naomi supporting on the inside with her movement off 9, and you start knocking on the door and finding opportunities. But at the moment, every time Zahn's getting the ball, she's being met with defenders.
Yeah, but that means that Burnside have done their homework.
Correct.
Let's close down those credible threats. Better push from Woodville. It didn't quite work out, but
very good scrum. And is that Lauren being moved up there to front row?
Front row or second row? She has been moved back into the forwards. I think she is in the second row.
Vic's there at the loose head prop.
Showing that versatility yet again.
And probably somewhere where Lauren's a lot more comfortable as well, as she started the game at 10.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like playing in the backs. She does it because, there's the need, but she's a lot more comfortable in that forward pack.
An advantage here to Woodies as well off of that scrum. Be interesting to see if it's a penalty advantage. And again, there's Zahn with ball in space, and she's found to Tyler.
Going for a run, but not quite making it past Nikki, who's pretty tricky to get past, I'm sure, but really well done by Woodville. They've managed to keep hold of that ball.
Advantage here as well to Woodies.
Pick and go by Page.
And Vic route one right over the top, showing why she took home the cherries on Wednesday night. And now they move the ball to width. Lauren to Zahn. Zahn tried to miss Maida, but she got hands on it. The ball went backwards though. Woody's still playing under advantage as well. Have a carry here, Lauren. Lauren goes for try line. She's just short.
This is where we can use our forward mentality and really work hard.
And
although
it's
stolen by
contact.
Porsche.
Body height.
Yeah.
Body height. When you're a meter out, just dive at the line.
Yeah, I think that was, again, another new player, Naya, who literally just...
And Naomi's gone here, and she's over. Sorry to interrupt you, but...
No, that's fine. That was a great little tap and go by Naomi. Again, just showing that experience of let's capitalise on the fact that Burnside haven't reset.
And again...
In the replay, you see her running straight over to the point of the penalty and going, do you know what, this is all me.
I love the intent there. And let's talk about body height. She won the body height contest there, right? She got lower.
Yep, absolutely.
Again, capitalising off of a bit of ill discipline as well and finding the momentum there. Although we're running out of time, still Woodies need to stay positive and keep knocking on the door, and you never know what can happen. I think we're approaching probably 10 minutes here, or maybe just under it now left to go.
Yeah. Is it one of those moments where you say, is it too little too late? But I'm hoping not. There's still the potential. If Woodville really gather this ball quickly, keep hold of possession and do what they need to do.
If I'm Burnside, I'm sending it deep.
Yeah.
No nonsense.
Yeah, make Woodville work really hard to get out of their own 22 or something like that.
100%. See this game off, send them into the dark ends, and make them work for everything.
I mentioned last week that, RJ probably can't see that far, so...
We'll put it where you can't see.
That's exactly
And that's what she's done. Out of the eyesight.
Yeah. Into the hands of Beth. Who's not afraid of taking a bit of a run and is still working, pumping those legs, and she's still going. That's
great carry from the winger there. Great carry.
Credit to her for making sure that she, really made some meters. Well, like you said, it went deep. Woodville are having to work really hard to get out of their own half.
However, after 2 carries, and now the third one, they're over that 10-metre line, so great momentum here. Again, looking to play tight, which is where they've had their success in this game. Wouldn't mind to see a couple pick and goes mixed in there as well. They've gone to width here through Anna. Ooh. I think she had a fair crack at that ball. So Chippy shut up at the line, saw the intention to move ball to width. I think because she got two hands on that, she might get away with just a penalty here maybe.
Yeah, I mean... The assistant referee has come across to have a chat with the ref. I think
just a knock on.
Just a knock on from Burnside.
That's great. That's a good result for Burnside right there.
I think it would have been harsh otherwise. Do you know?
I think so too. I was saying the penalty as in I think that was the maximum end of what that could have been.
Yeah.
Especially getting 2 hands to it shows an intent to try to catch that ball. And Chippy, knowing her, would never do anything illegal or against the laws of the game. She'd never try to teeter on that edge.
She's an angel.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Great scrum by Burnside, but fortunately gathered by Woodville, and hopefully, great dummy by Mayura. Still working hard. Oh, being stripped by. Oh,
tackle high. Yeah.
So the tackle height was deemed too high by the referee.
Well, I did mention this last year. It is actually, last week. It's impossible to strip a ball under sternum height, technically.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Oh, nice offload in the space there from Chitty to Lauren. Lauren's done well there. They've cleaned out well. Great line speed on the outside, but they've forgotten about the inside. Naomi's made a half break here, and she's still going. Defenders the beat. She's right on the try line.
Good offload
and Anna's going for the try.
She just a little bit short as well.
Just a bit. Burnside's got to watch their discipline here, though.
Burnside just coming over with bodies regardless right now. Leasa. Oh, did she just drop that?
Yes.
Oh, what a shame.
Love the intent, though. Just diving at the try line. All we needed there was someone to just dive over. I know it sounds simple, but it sometimes is that simple. Play it tight and dive over. If she holds onto ball, obviously she's scoring a try, but she showed the secret to scoring goal line tries there for Woodies. I want to go back. Someone that's really stepped up these last 10 minutes is Naomi. The line break she's making.
Yeah.
The carry she's made. She's clearly seen that the ball's not getting the width and we're not getting much success there. I'm going to try to look for my opportunities now.
Yeah, and it's hugely unfortunate that Naomi couldn't commit the time for Black Falcons this year. She's been a stalwart of the Black Falcons for the last 3 years or so, maybe more. But this year she couldn't commit the time.
Yellow card to Jet Verway.
And I'm thinking, was that
potential penalty try as well? And yes, it is.
It is. Was that the high tackle, potential high tackle from Jet on Leasa as she was going for the try?
I think it was actually before that, the ruck before when Naomi made the break. Munaman not rolling away, but then Jet also going off feet and killing ball.
Right.
Preventing the ability for Woodville to play on the front foot and use the momentum that they had. It'd be interesting to find out. I think high tackles on goal line are pretty hard to give because players are usually dipping their body height into contact.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'd assume that's what it's for. But great result for Woodies there because you don't need to make the conversion. And we've still got time here. And we're a 10-point game now.
Yeah, no, one more quick try, and then it gets into the realms of what's possible.
Exactly, and we saw this last week, and now Burnside potentially have their best player off the field right now as well, whilst it's happening.
Yeah, she won't be happy with herself.
I think it comes before it why they were in that situation in the first place, right?
Yeah. I think Burnside have just turned that over. That was a really good jackal by Sophie.
Great turnover from Sophie.
Really good.
Shows her quality around the ruck as a natural flanker.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah, you're right. Mate, how exciting though. Last 2-3 minutes and we've got a game. We've got a game here.
Yeah, 36-26. We've got a 10-point difference. It's Burnside's ball. They just need to keep possession here, and it could be game over. But if Woodville managed to steal this on the line out, it could be an interesting story.
We also don't know what the ref's clock is because I think last week it ran about 2 minutes over what we had on our live stream.
Yep.
So hopefully Burnside don't feel the ghosts of last week coming back to haunt them and making this a close game. A little bit of confusion here. Just got to get the ball in. That's fine. You take those. Kate going for a carry. Great tackle there from, I believe you said, a new player this year, correct?
Naya, I think her name is, yeah.
Excellent tackle.
T almost getting through, but Vic managing to get hold of her.
Good distribution there
Porsche
from
with the
Levi
ball.
back of ruck.
Held up by Lysa.
Great ball carry there from Porsche, but
And
good hands on it.
stolen by Page. That was good hands in that ruck. Oh.
Can Woodies react here? They got to go for it.
Yeah, there's no exit strategy here, I think, apart from it's got to be run.
It starts with this, though. Great carry through the middle there from that. Oh, we brought it back. I thought that was fine.
Yeah, she released the ball.
Yeah. Well, she's going to tap it anyways, isn't she? So
Yeah,
we're going to get the same result here.
Yeah.
She's just like, let me carry 3 times in a row. Actually, no, I'll give it off. Lauren moving in. Oh, did I jinx that? I was just about to say Lauren moving in the forward just made a big difference. But unfortunately lost the ball in the contact there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate from Lauren. I don't think that ball came at a decent height, so she unfortunately knocked it on.
Yeah, I don't want to take away from the fact how impactful she's been to the forward pack since moving in.
Yep.
So we're into red now. We're into the red now in terms of time and clock.
Yeah, my feeling is that the next stoppage, I think the referee's probably going to blow. A bit of a knock on by Kate.
Well, here's the next stoppage. We'll see if you're right, Paul.
No, I am.
And as usual,
I am wrong. But TJ, the difference between you and me is I'm more than happy to admit when
it's hard to admit it when it doesn't happen. Paul is giving me daggers now. Anyways, great result from Woodies.
Yeah, very good, very good. Just need to keep hold of this ball. The shove from Burnside is always pretty strong.
There was, I hate to say it, there's no left-hand side coverage there, but they've done well to move ball to space here.
Larissa needs to back herself. Just keep running. Keep that ball. Not get
advantage here.
Get stripped.
And they've got it. Can they keep going? Can they keep knocking on the door? She's been super impressive this second half. Is it Liesa?
Yes. We end up with a high tackle by Levi, it seems, and she's taken a bit of chase.
She wanted to join her sister on trial on the sideline.
Yeah.
Chippy has made a great tackle there to get up off the line,
but unfortunately knocked it on.
And that's game.
Yeah.
What a great way to finish, though. Congratulations to Burnside. They had a stellar first half, which put them in a position where they needed to hold the win. All credit as well to Woodville to fight back into this game. It would have been very easy to hang their heads and say it's not our year.
Yep.
And both teams showed moments of excellence there to either hold the win or chase it down. What a great semi-final leading into the next round.
Yeah, I think Woodville unfortunately left it a little bit too late to be able to do a great deal, to take the win. But I think both teams played absolutely fantastic in the grand scheme of things. So well done, Burnside. Commiserations to Woodville. But we go again, and next week we see South versus Burnside in the women's grand final down at South.
Correct.
So, and I will see you then.
Yeah, great game of rugby. Cheers, Paul.
Yep. Thank you very much,
Thanks
TJ.
for everyone for watching.